Hey there and welcome to Gartenzeile. In this video we're going to talk about two weed burners from Gloria. We have been utilizing an electric weed burner and a gas-powered weed burner for nearly 2 years at this point in time. In this video you'll hear our opinion after 2 years of practical experience. Have fun! Weed burners have been all the rage for a few years now. They make a promise to only use flames to eliminate the weeds growing between the stones, instead of having to bend down and manually remove the weeds. And that without the use of chemicals. Sounds good initially. So approximately 2 years ago we placed an order for a weed burner from Gloria and have been utilizing it ever since. The Unkrautbrenner series from Gloria consists of electric Unkrautbrenner and gas Unkrautbrenner options. There are also devices for pro use, but let's take it step by step. Firstly, there is the Gloria Thermoflam Bioelectric. As the name implies, it is an electric weed killer from the brand Gloria. He arrives almost fully assembled. He simply needs to be put together and secured with a screw in order to complete the assembly process. Now just need to find an extension cord and we're set. It is even simpler with the gas weed killer, the Gloria Thermoflam BioComfort, making the task effortless and hassle-free. Simply attach the provided gas bottle, activate the gas and ignite using the piezo ignition mechanism. And just like that, the flame burst out and we're ready to start fighting those pesky weeds. By now, there are newer models of Gloria available here. You can find the links as always in the video description. For larger areas, I recommend the more powerful Gloria Thermoflam BioProfessional. However, you'll need to purchase a gas cylinder separately before you can get started. You'll also need a pressure regulator. The effort is really worth it for larger areas. To clarify the question of whether electric or gas is better suited, let's take a closer look at just these two handheld devices. Firstly, the electric burner is slightly heavier to hold in your hand. Additionally, you have to keep the handle pressed down while using it. This can become exhausting in the long run, so for longer applications it's more like unexpected. The noise level is a lot louder than with the gas burner. Unfortunately, you also need a power cable for the application, which I guess is the price you have to pay for the electric drive. According to the manufacturer, the device generates a temperature of up to 650 degrees Celsius. But we didn't check that for obvious reasons. The gas burner on the opposite side is easy to manage, of course, depending on the fill level of the gas bottle, and quietly performs its function. Depending on how much you crank up the gas, you can see the flame burning orange at the bottom. The handle also feels comfortable in the hand. With piezo ignition, you can safely ignite the flame from a standing position. A gas cartridge is enough, depending on flame size, for about 2-3 HRS of work. As per manufacturer, flame can reach temps of up to 1000 degrees Celsius. But we haven't checked that either. However, there is still one crucial advantage of the electric burner. If you want to work during dryness or light wind, preferably near a hedge or bushes like us, it's best to choose the electric weed burner for safety reasons. After all, you don't want to scorch your entire garden. But which device is more effective in weed control? First and foremost, you need to know that both devices heat up the weeds as well as their roots, which leads to the destruction of the cell structure. The weeds don't just disappear from the cracks, unless you completely burn them with a torch, of course. However, that is not actually the main purpose of the weed burner. The devices are simply passed over the weeds for a brief duration of a few seconds. Afterward, you wait for a few days and then manually remove the weeds. You still have to pack up your belongings if you want to completely remove the weeds from the area. However, you can effortlessly extract the weeds along with their roots. Therefore, it should not regrow there in the near future. The result of both devices doesn't really differ, so our conclusion is a bit mixed. If you value electric, you should choose the organic electric. If you want it easier and quieter, and if gas doesn't bother you, then the BioComfort is a great choice. Essentially, the question arises as to whether the devices are genuinely useful if you still have to remove the weeds afterward and still have to bend down. If you only have a little bit of weeds between the cracks and you simply want to burn them completely, then both devices are a good choice and it's a real time saver, in our opinion. Moreover, both devices are extremely well crafted. Certainly, particularly at the lower end, there are indications of usage and deterioration over time, but that is to be anticipated given these temperatures. Both devices were in use for countless hours over the course of 2 years. By the way, both devices are not only suitable for torching weeds. Both the electric and gas burners work equally well as grill igniters, so you don't need any other grill igniter anymore. As always, you can find the links to all the products in the video description or up in the info box. We hope you enjoyed our video. If you've already had experience with weed burners, feel free to let us know and share your experiences in the comments. We also appreciate every thumbs up and every subscription,